All right, well, turning now to a vision for a very different future in the American craft beer industry. Right now, only 7.5% of brewers in the U.S. are women. Just 2% of all breweries are all female-owned. CBS This Morning Saturday co-host Dana Jacobson recently visited an all-female owned and operated brewery in Colorado in Aurora. The brewers shared their ambitious plan to turn a passion into a movement. Dana, good morning.
Good morning. A lot of people don't realize, but women were often the ones brewing beer in the United States until the late 1800s. That's when beer turned into big business and women were pushed out. Nowadays, there are breweries working to change the male-dominated industry, including one we visited in Colorado. Its mission, brew great beer to make the world a better place.
This idea came from us having beers.
Yeah,
of like a long night and just kind of sitting there and commiserating, and then at the end of that being like, beer is the solution to this. We're gonna get the money we need from beer.
Betsy Lay, Kate Power, and Jen Cuesta love beer and its potential.
I think you can just make it whatever you want to be, find a beer to everyone's taste.
It's literally a liquid form of like breaking bread with people.
After serving together in AmeriCorps, they also realized beer could help quench their desire to keep doing good. In 2014, they created Lady Justice Brewing with the goal of donating the majority of their profit to groups in Colorado promoting opportunities for women and girls.
We feel this connection to women in our lives who have made a difference for us. And then another thing that I've learned over the years is that women and girls are actually lower funded in grant projects and fundraising projects. So it's just another way to make sure that folks in marginalized communities get some attention.
The co-founders all get paychecks from their day jobs. 2 are public service lawyers. That means most of the profits from Lady Justice can go towards the cause. So far this year, they've donated more than $11,000.
This is our mash tun. Okay. Her name is June Carter Mash.
On the day we visited their year-old tap room, Betsy Lay was brewing a lager in the back. She starts adding 400 pounds of locally malted barley into this mash tun. She even let me stir it in.
It's a good lat workout.
Yeah.
Lay and her co-founders have always brewed most of their own beer, but that doesn't mean they haven't faced skepticism.
Did you encounter anyone who was like, what do you mean 3 women they're opening a beer place? What are you talking about?
The very first meeting I had, I told the person what our idea was, and they said, oh, who's gonna brew your beer? And I said, well, we will. And he said, no, but who is gonna be like your brewer? And I said, no, but me, us, we're gonna brew the beer. So there was quite a bit of that.
Still, they say they've been insulated and didn't always realize how unique an all-women-owned brewery truly is.
It wasn't until I met women outside of Denver in the industry at conferences and different stuff would just be like, I'm so happy that you all exist. And I was like, what?
Very cool. Yeah.
It was really a unicorn moment where it was like, all right, well, Jen is Mexican American and we're all 3 women and I'm gay and
Kate's left-handed.
I'm left-handed. It's a real struggle.
Yeah. So we didn't know that we were creating something that didn't really exist before. We had no idea.
Now, though, you do.
Yeah, now we know. Yeah.
The beer industry came under fire in May when a Massachusetts brewer asked women on Instagram if they had experienced sexism. The cascade of responses lit up the industry. Reaction from the heads of breweries was swift.
Were you surprised by the social media conversation?
No. Sadly, no.
What was happening there showed that this problem is prevalent in the industry. It's woven through it. So there are really large, horrible events that have happened to women, assaults that are really awful. And then there's also these daily comments, not being believed in your job.
We need it out in the open and we need to talk about it and it needs to stop.
Lady Justice strives to be a space where those conversations happen and a space that honors female pioneers. The brewery's first beer was an IPA named after Sandra Day O'Connor, the first woman to serve on the U.S. Supreme Court.
We were featured on a law blog and we said, oh, we'd love to have a beer called Sandra Day O'Porter. And a few weeks later, we got an email and it said, Mom likes IPA. It was from Scott O'Connor and he said, hey, my mom saw your blog she's a big fan of what you're doing, and she'll give you naming rights to the beer, but she'd really prefer not a porter. She's more of an IPA girl.
Oh my gosh.
And from that moment on, we were like, okay, Sandra Day IPA.
Does it feel like you're having that impact that you wanted to in the beginning?
I'm so proud of what Lady J has become, but I think we're just going to continue to push it. The goal is to generate as much money that we can give away, and I'm proud of all of our partnerships with the community, but is it enough? No, we're not there yet.
And the founders are not just fans of Sandra Day O'Connor, also fans of CBS This Morning, and they are working on a beer inspired by Gayle.
Hey!
Yes, they are. They're going to call it Morning Brews, like morning news. They want to use your iconic yellow dress that you wear obviously every year. They want to use that on that can art.
Are you being
that
serious?
color. I'm very serious. It's going to be a pineapple mimosa, and they're working on this right now.
Wow, that sounds great.
Does it have no alcohol?
It has alcohol. I know that they're aware that that is not your
Unlike a
thing.
beer
You don't
for
drink
me.
Gayle?
No, I don't.
But they are
But I might
inspired
drink
by you.
I might take a sip of a Gayle brew.
Yeah.
But pineapple
brews.
mimosa sounds very friendly. Can you do a beer that's non-alcoholic?
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I've
Do you want-
discovered
some-
amazing
I was just thinking they were so cool. Watching them, they were so cool.
Amazing that
We're fans
friendship.
of theirs now, too.
No, big fans.
Yeah.
But I like how when you asked, were any of you surprised, and they all said no at the same time.
Right away, because
Yeah.
while it took them a while to realize how special they were, they've seen that in the industry, and they knew it was only time before others started asking, why are women having to deal with these
Yes.
issues?
And I also like the part, I know I love the story. I also like the part where they said, well, who's going to brew it? Who's going to brew it? Well, we are. No, but who's going to brew it?
Right. Who's going
The
to
automatic assumption is that
Well,
there
she
must
may
be a
not
guy
drink
somewhere.
alcoholic beer, but I do, so bring
We'll get some your way. We'll get some your way.
Thank you very much, Dana. Oh, I love that. Thank you, guys. Thank you.